Good morning, students. Let us do the last topic of the chapter chemical reactions and equations, that is corrosion. Now, in our daily life, we all have seen many examples of rusted or blackened metals. Now, why and how they get these layers? What does these layers composed of? All these questions run in our mind whenever we see them. So let us discuss about it. Students, as we know that metals are very much reactive in nature. So when these metals are exposed to atmosphere rich in carbon dioxide, moisture and impurities, upper surface of these metals gets reacted and form a layer of oxidized substance. This process is known as corrosion. Rusting of iron is a common example of corrosion. In this, iron, that is Fe, reacts with oxygen in the presence of excess of moisture to form hydrated ferric oxide. This hydrated ferric oxide is reddish brown in color and which we commonly known as rust. So rusting of iron is nothing else. It is the formation of hydrated ferric oxide on the surface of iron. And the formation of rust is enhanced if, of course, there is a lot of moisture and if iron is exposed to atmosphere as oxygen is there in atmosphere in huge quantity. Now, how can we prevent corrosion? Corrosion can be prevented by a very familiar way, that is galvanization. Now, what is galvanization? Galvanization is the process of layering of iron with the zinc to prevent the corrosion of iron. Zinc is more reactive than iron, so its layer is there on the iron to prevent it from rusting. The second way is oiling or greasing. Oiling or greasing the surface of metal also avoid direct contact of metal with the atmosphere and hence helps in preventing corrosion. So by these two techniques we can prevent the corrosion. Now let us do another thing, that is rancidity. Now students, you must have seen the spoiled and smelling food around you. Have you ever thought that why the food gets spoiled or what leads to an unpleasant smell and taste of it? Students, this is nothing but another important example of oxidation reactions in our daily life. The oxidation of oils and fats in the food leading to an unpleasant smell and taste is known as rancidity. That is the spoilage of food. It makes the food unfit to eat. Rancidity spoils food materials prepared in fats and oils which have been kept for considerable time and makes them unfit to consume. It also gets increased with increase in temperature because of rapid growth of microorganisms. To avoid this only, we refrigerate food materials at lower temperature. Now, how can we prevent this rancidity? Rancidity can be prevented by refrigerating the food, keeping food in airtight containers, flushing of food packets and food containers with nitrogen gas before sealing and packaging food. Now, what is this thing? You must have seen the chips packets. They are very much fluffy. They have a very small amount of chips in it, but still they have a lot of air inside them. Now, what that air composed of? That air consists mainly the nitrogen gas, because nitrogen gas provides a lower temperature on which the microorganism doesn't develop. So it just avoid the rancidity of the food. The other thing that we can do is that is usage of antioxidants like BHA, which is butylated hydroxyanisole, or BHT, that is butylated hydroxytoluene, in the food. The packed food, or you can say the ready to eat food that we get from the market, they already have BHA and BHT in it. So by these means we can prevent the rancidity also. So students, this finishes with the chapter. Now after this, please do a worksheet, that is milestone 1 on page number 12 of LR, including MCQs 1 to 6 and very short 7 to 11. Then also learn the solved examples on the page 11 and 12 of the LR. So this finishes with the today's lecture. Have a nice day and stay safe.